Okay, we're going to cover discipline for ITERS. And this is on page 49 of your ITERS book, and it's item number 28, discipline. Going down the columns under 3 for minimal, it's 3.1 states staff never use physical punishment or severe discipline. That should go without saying. Discipline should never be punitive. 3.2, staff usually maintain enough control to prevent problems. And so what you're trying to do is be proactive, put strategies in place to actually prevent challenging behaviors so that you don't have, so you have positive discipline instead of your negative discipline. 3.3, expectations are generally realistic and based on ages and abilities of children. You do want to be realistic. Do not set unrealistic expectations for children. Don't expect them to do things that beyond their age and abilities. Children at this age are likely not capable of sharing, and you shouldn't force sharing on children. That's why we provide duplicate toys for children at this age. And we have, we can't expect children to wait for long periods of time because they're not capable of waiting for long periods of time. If you have those expectations, that's going to be why you have challenging behaviors. And it's not going to be the child's fault. It's going to be because of those unrealistic expectations. 5.1, this program is set up to avoid conflict and promote appropriate interaction. The same kind of thing. Staff usually maintain enough control to prevent problems. You want to set up your environment to prevent problems. And that goes back to what we mentioned, the duplicate toys, protecting children as they're playing with toys, not setting up your environment so children can be under sight and sound. Children aren't crowded together because they don't always have the words to use. They can't say, I'm too crowded, you're too close, get out of my way. So we set that up by setting our environment up to be spacious, usually for children at this age. 5.2, we use positive methods of discipline. So that's redirecting children from negative situations, distracting them to other activities. And timeout should rarely be used and never with children under 2 years of age, if ever. Give attention frequently when children are behaving well. That's 5.3. And so that what that means is catch the children being good. High fives, thumbs up, smiles. Give them that positive attention because they learn that. They learn that that's what they want, is the positive attention versus the negative attention. And 5.4, react consistently to their behavior. So it may be that discipline, whether it's positive or negative, has to happen often for children to understand it. Under the 7 columns, 7.1, staff help children understand the effects of their own actions on others. So you point out to the children, a child that bites or a child that hits, ouch, look, there's a red mark on his arm. That hurt him. I see tears in his eyes. Let's get him a tissue. It helps the child to learn empathy when you're calling attention to that rather than punishing a child, but help that child to understand. 7.2, staff help children learn to use communication rather than aggression to solve problems. And again, that's giving them words that they don't have. I don't like it when you hit me. I want that toy. Can I have that toy next? I'm using that toy. So giving them those words to use. And 7.3, staff seek advice from other professionals concerning behavior problems. So if you do have a child that you feel has challenging behaviors, reach out to the community. Child Care Resources has a healthy social behavior specialists, and they will come out and help teachers with strategies for dealing with challenging behaviors. You can call myself. I will come out and I will give you uh, ideas and strategies for dealing with challenging behaviors. So seek that advice if you need it. And be sure to read the notes for clarification. Most of what's there is what I've kind of already mentioned to you. A couple of them are just to give credit. During assessment, they have to see at least one example of this, at least one example of that. But this shouldn't be, again, we're not teaching for the day of assessment. This is something that should be happening all the time.